Gotti on the shot. Goal, Georgia Southern!
For kill once again.
Raymond Johnson, a huge sack in the final minute 40. D'Angelo with the goal for Georgia Southern.
Eagle Nation, welcome into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Alongside Colin Lacey, I'm Danny Reed. Now, 1 week ago here at Paulson Stadium, we told you that Eagle football versus Appalachian State had been postponed because of COVID concerns up in Boone. That game is now being played on December the 12th to conclude the regular season. So Georgia Southern was on the verge of not having a game for 3 straight weekends. But Colin, a gift fell from the sky last week when UMass decided that they were ready to play and Georgia Southern able to add them to the schedule. And now they've got a full 12-game complement.
We have joked all season long how the span of 10-15 minutes may change a lot here in Eagle Nation. Well, it was the span of just over 24 hours that changed a lot for Georgia Southern this week, as Wednesday, as you mentioned, Appalachian State announcing the postponement for Georgia Southern and App State supposed to be this past Wednesday, but on Thursday afternoon was when it came out that Georgia Southern would be playing UMass here at Allen E. Paulson. So a crazy world that we live in right now, but at the end of the day, Georgia Southern gets another home game.
You might be wondering, how do you add a home game that quickly? Well, we're going to find out now from Director of Athletics, Jared Benko.
Knew Ryan Bamford from my time at Mississippi State. We were actually played UMass in 2016 up at Gillette Stadium. And so I knew him a little bit from that time. And so I just gave him a call, and he was very interested and originally was looking at another opponent on next weekend's date, but was able to move that opponent to later into November. So moved pretty quickly from there, and excited to get another game in Paulson. I think anytime you have a chance to break up a 3-week hiatus per se is good. We could use obviously the extra reps, an additional opponent in here instead of practicing each other for 3 more weeks, and also too I think it's a great chance to get another home game. So anytime you get an extra game in Paulson and power of Paulson with the best fans in the country, you can't turn it down. So overall, very excited.
So not only do the Eagles get a game, they get a home game, and Colin, it's back on national television, 4 o'clock today on ESPNU.
We've talked about the exposure that ESPN really brings to Georgia Southern, and we mentioned it earlier on this week in the podcast. It brings exposure to this UMass team as well, a team that was 1-11 last year. We'll get into them a little bit deeper in the final segment of this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, but just overall, it's a win-win for everybody. You get national exposure, you get another home game for Georgia Southern, and another game, which technically on the schedule as of right now, gets you back to a 12-game schedule.
And the added bonus, it's a 7th regular season home game for Georgia Southern. That is something the Eagles have not had since 1998. Coming up later on this afternoon on ESPNU, it's the 2-1 Eagles against the Minutemen making their 2020 season debut. We come back from this break, we'll talk about Brian Miller's comeback story as Blue White Weekly continues.
It's back. The return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first-place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Hi, I'm Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate, the broker and owner, also co-owner of PMG Rentals, which is a property management company. As a Georgia Southern graduate in 2005, I got into real estate fresh out of school and was excited to have the opportunity to be the official real estate agent of Georgia Southern Athletics. I would say what sets me apart is the drone and online marketing presence that Statesboro Real Estate has to offer. Statesboro is such a small town and just has a really cool feel to it, and it's neat to see somebody at the grocery store, at the ball fields, and know that you've helped them in the past and have the opportunity to continue to help them pursue their dream home. PMG Rentals is a great value adder to Statesboro Real Estate for the fact that if you're a renter, we can show you houses to buy in the future, and also if you're an investor, you can purchase with us and then lean to PMG as your property management for the future. Whether you're looking to buy an investment property, have it professionally managed with PMG Rentals, buying your first home, or buying your dream home, make sure you call Paul.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Savannah native Brian Miller started every game for the Eagles at right tackle in 2018, only to have 2019 taken from him due to a freak injury at the end of fall camp. But in this week's feature story presented by Ford, not only is Brian back on the field, he's back in the starting lineup.
The day I got hurt, it was like the last couple of days of camp, and I was just casually just jogging. I wasn't even running. I was just jogging. Sometimes, like sometimes my knee braces get caught together. I was like, all right, ain't no biggie. I just need to, you know what I'm saying, run better, walk better, do whatever. But that day, they just got caught together as I was jogging, and then I think I was up in the air, and then like my right leg was just like straight. It was straight, and then I came down on it, and I just felt everything just shatter in my hip. They tried to get me up, but I couldn't stand up, and that's when they realized that, you know, this is pretty serious. So, you know, I went to the hospital. They're saying, okay, yeah, the hip is dislocated, and then, you know, there's a part of it that's broken off. And, you know, they were just telling me that, you know, I'm just gonna tell you right now that there is a chance that you might not be able to play football again. Well, after my surgery, you know, my doctor said that for the first 3 months, I couldn't put no weight on my hip. And from there, I was able to start walking in November. And after that, it was another 3 months until I could start running again. And then, you know, at the beginning of camp, I wasn't full contact. You know, I was actually no contact for probably the first 3 days. I was no contact, and then I got into some contact. And then it was like the week before game week, I was in quarantine just because of close contact. And then that was supposed to be working my way until I was supposed to start having contact, working my way into like some team case scenarios versus the defense, and working my way into full team with like full pass, being able to cut and stuff like that. But then that stopped. But I think they gave me about 3 practices because they left it all on me. They was like, we're gonna put this decision on you, you know. You know, if you feel like you're ready to go, we're gonna put you out there. If not, then we're not gonna force you to be out there. You're not ready, you know. So I had those 3 practices that game week. I felt good. I told them I was ready to go, and then Coach Hudson told me that Tuesday that I was starting at left tackle. Man, just waking up on game day, it was surreal. It was kind of like going back to the South Carolina State game in 2018, my first game, my first college game, my first start. It just felt like that. Like, you know, we back, we here, and everything was just surreal. I just took it all in, you know, and I was just happy along the way. Seeing them in the stands, it put a smile on my face, you know what I'm saying? It made me happy to know that after everything we just went through, you know, throughout this whole year, you know what I'm saying, it was a long process. And just for them to feel relieved and just happy to be able to see their son, you know, play again, like that just meant everything to me because, I I mean, that's what I work for, to put a smile on their faces like that, you know, just to be able to make them proud. You know, that was just, it was amazing just to see them back here in the stands with me playing. That was like, it's like, okay, I did it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I accomplished that goal of like playing again.
When we come back from this timeout, it's time to talk Georgia Southern soccer as Blue White Weekly continues.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, you know, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. For Georgia Southern women's soccer, it was a trip up the Appalachian Trail, Colin, to take on the rival Mountaineers in Sun Belt play.
And they picked up their second victory of the season against the Appalachian State Mountaineers back on Sunday. A 1-0 victory over App State. It was the goal by Marcela Montoya. Sarah Story also picks up her first clean sheet of her career as a Georgia Southern Eagle. They'll return home on Sunday as they take on the Georgia State Panthers in a rivalry game over at Eagle Field in Oak Park. Georgia Southern men's soccer had their rivalry game last night. We'll recap that one on next week's edition of Blue White Weekly, but also had Central Arkansas this past Saturday, and we take a look back at those highlights now. Georgia Southern men's soccer taking on Central Arkansas last Saturday over at Eagle Field in Oak Park. The Bears get the scoring started as Kai Kubota and Soren Jensen find Ruben Gill to find the back of the net and make it a 1-0 lead for Central Arkansas in the 26th minute of the game. In the opening minutes of the second half, Adam Davey finds Aldair Cortez for the equalizer, and it's 1-1 in the 54th minute of the game. But Central Arkansas would answer in the 58th minute of the game as Ole Jorholt would find the back of the net and give Central Arkansas back the lead at 2-1. It would be all Central Arkansas from there on out, as in the 62nd minute, Soren Jensen would find his second goal of the season and make it a 3-1 lead for Central Arkansas. And then in the 79th minute, Jose Gonzalez would find pay dirt and make it a 4-1 lead after the assist by Ukri and Mercy, and would make it a 4-1 lead for Central Arkansas, and that's your final score. Central Arkansas 4, Georgia Southern 1. As all night long, Central Arkansas peppering the net, 13 shots on goal, as Georgia Southern Joko Blankston would finish the evening with 7 saves on the game. But once again, it's Georgia Southern falling to Central Arkansas 4-1 at Saturday night over at Eagle Field. Once again, it was a final score, 4-1. Central Arkansas tops Georgia Southern men's soccer this past Saturday. Supposed to have a game on Tuesday against UAB over in Birmingham, but because of COVID concerns from UAB, that one has been canceled. So Georgia Southern men's soccer will have a week off, just over a week off actually, as they will play again next Sunday against Coastal Carolina up in Conway.
And before we take a break, a quick note on Georgia Southern volleyball. The team is actually in the second week of its squad-wide COVID quarantine. They were supposed to play Troy. They were supposed to play Appalachian State this weekend, but they will now get back into action next weekend in Mobile, taking on South Alabama. When we come back from this timeout, it's time for Coach's Corner with Cross Country's Wes Penberthy as Blue White Weekly continues.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. As we step into this week's edition of Coach's Corner, we sit down with cross-country coach and Wes Penberthy. And Wes, appreciate you joining us. The last 6 months have been absolutely crazy for everybody in athletics, but for cross-country, what has COVID really affected with this team?
I think obviously, first of all, with summer training and everything, we actually started a little earlier than normal. Since everybody basically was done with track season in March, we're really in a 9-month in-season period. So we took a break after track was officially over, and then we kind of started summer training a little early. Kind of when it rolling into the season and everything. For us, it's been a lot tougher to get meets and stuff in. Been one of the tougher things and is just trying to find competition.
This year, Georgia Southern is supposed to host 2 meets in Statesboro, the first of which gets canceled in the beginning part of September. How good did it feel to get back out on the course in Statesboro with the GATA Classic this past weekend?
It was great, and it was an opener for this home course. This course is much faster. And on top of that, we just wanted to break it in a little bit and see how we could do there. So just be able to compete at all has been kind of a blessing, and so we were real happy with that. Especially, we do have a young roster with 7 freshmen on the roster, and so just getting them like reps and just
just racing, you know, is something we're always looking to do right now.
Everybody knows the name Merab Ngwandala for Georgia Southern track and cross country. What is the biggest strength that she brings to this team?
She's, you know, her mentality is very much on training, you know, kind of even when she's not in practice, it's kind of like what's going to help me kind of be better, you know, as an athlete. She, you know, she gets all of her stuff done. She, you know, she does whatever she needs to do outside of practice and kind of has that mindset that everything that I'm doing, even at home, that can affect how I run. And that's a big thing she brings and kind of emphasizes with some of the younger athletes as well.
Off of the course, what's the main mission for this squad?
To better ourselves as people and as a student athlete, so and like kind of the whole picture. And so when you're 22, 23 and you're graduating from Georgia Southern, are you really ready to take that next step into life? And while some people, you know, it's hard to be ready for something you've never had to really deal with or do before, but are we preparing them for life and preparing them to be successful after this?
What's the biggest expectations that you and the staff have for this squad in 2020?
Biggest thing is just, you know, continue to grow and develop. You know, at the end of the day, we can't control how anybody else runs. We can't control what they do. All we can control is how we work and how we handle things. That's all you can ask them to do. Are we putting the best effort and the best possible versions of ourselves out there?
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck this year. That wraps up another edition of Coach's Corner here on Blue White Weekly. Stick around. We'll have more Blue White Weekly right after this.
This is it. This is the day we worked for. All the months of preparation, all the hard work. Blue collar, discipline, toughness. That is what has led to this moment. There are people out there that tell you you can't do it. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! They will tell you you're not fast enough. They'll tell you you're not strong enough. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! They will tell you you can't have it. You don't deserve it. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! Get after those assets.
So you'd like to open a checking account today?
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Now time to preview this week's Georgia Southern football opponent, brought to you by Georgia Power. Second time in 3 years that the UMass Minutemen make the trip down from Amherst. It is a long flight from Boston's Logan Airport, and the Eagles 2 years ago took care of the Minutemen 34-13 en route to that 10-3 season. Situation's a little bit different now, Colin. We know that UMass has really struggled since making the move up to the FBS back in 2012. Last season, just a 1-11 record.
And this is a team that has gone through more of an overhaul than you will see in most coaching changes. From Walt Bell getting to Amherst until now, 2/3 of the roster is different. And so you look at a 1-11 team last year, but it's a very different team than even a year ago, and a much different team than the last time Georgia Southern saw this team.
In fact, whenever he was asked during camp who his starters would potentially be, he could say that Larnell Coleman was going to be his left tackle and Evan Deckers was going to be his long snapper. Outside of that, everything else was up for grab. They could start one of 5 different quarterbacks later this afternoon, but the unquestioned leader at running back is a guy that didn't play there a year ago, junior college transfer Ellis Merriweather, ironically from Alpharetta and Alpharetta High School. He is from Garden City out in Kansas.
And you heard Coach Lunsford talk about it on the Coaches Show on Monday, that there's a lot of Georgia guys. It's just the pure talent that the state of Georgia has. A number of Georgia's guys on this UMass team.
One of the 5 captains is a standout wide receiver in Sam Emelis. The fastest guy for UMass's offense is Jermaine O.C. Johnson, originally recruited by Walt Bell when he was the offensive coordinator at Maryland, and then he followed him to UMass when he was announced as head coach in December of 2018. Now, for UMass a year ago on defense, it did not go well. They gave up 53 points per game, 6.5 yards per carry, nearly 300 yards on the ground per 12 games. They do get 2 of their top linebackers back in Mike Ruane and Cole McCoubry, but it is a unit that simply has got to find a way to tackle better.
And it's a unit like we talked about already as the team of the whole, but this defense is almost completely overhauled. You talked about Ruane and McCoubry. Those are really the only 2 impact guys that saw action last year.
It's listed as a 3-4 under first-year coordinator Tommy Restivo. They do have the ability to morph into a 4-man front with their buck linebacker, but the guy to watch in the secondary had to start all 12 games a year ago as a freshman, and that's Josh Wallace, the standout at DeMatha Catholic High School in Hyattsville, Maryland.
And he's a guy that is really the key to what this defense does. It's odd to say somebody in the secondary is really the quarterback for this defense, but this is a guy that really commands everything that he has. And again, it's because he's one of the few returners that this team has.
If it's going to be a step forward for UMass, it's going to be their first game of 2020. Remember, as late as September 20th, they were not playing football, but they saw everybody else coming back. They have had one of the best COVID protocols in the country, only 3 positive tests since everybody came back in June, and it's really nice to see them not only start their year, but getting a chance to host them down here for the second time since 2018.
And you talk about what a whirlwind it's been for Georgia Southern over the last couple of days, but being able to go from not playing your season to coming down to play Georgia Southern, and as of right now, Georgia Southern is the only game on the UMass season, and so you know it's going to be all forces go for this UMass squad trying to knock off Georgia Southern because you don't have anything else to lose.
Eagle Tailgate across the Georgia Southern Sports Network starts at 2, kickoff 4 p.m. from Paulson Stadium and nationally on ESPNU. Thanks as always to the Georgia Southern Multimedia Development Center. For Colin Lacey, this is Danny Reed. We'll catch you next time on Blue White Weekly.